Tenino City Council work session. We have one thing on the agenda that is rural transit proposed budget bus stop change. Somebody want to talk about that? They want to move it from, I think, I have a sketch here. Where they want to move it from where it is. They want to move the rural transit bus stop from where it is back around the corner across the street from the,
Yes.
from the telephone company. I think between the entrances to the parking lot, the two entrances to the parking lot on Central.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hi,
Linda is speaking, sir.
we're busy.
Sorry.
Okay. Does anybody have anything they want to say about that?
No, the only thing that I know about this is that I kind of expected this to come, but it wasn't official. But the other unofficial part is as soon as they can hire drivers, we should get, I think, two more routes to our end of the service. So it's going to expand here. It's going to expand in Yum as well.
Is
all through this area.
I want to know if it's going to expand from Tumwater down towards Olympia.
No. But for the southern, did it all.
In the email I received, the information, it sounded like because they have a hard time getting out on Olympia Street with all the traffic, this new route, since they'll stop in front of the phone company, they'll pop back out on Ritter.
On Ritter.
So
That
it's easier for
makes
them
more
to get out.
sense.
They did request that there's a power pole there, they'd like to put a sign on it, and they also would like to paint the curb for no parking. Troy's out of town, but I said, I doubt we're gonna make that a no parking zone, since that's right outside of our parking lot, and a lot of people park there. But they're welcome to use it when need be, I would assume. So,
Well, if the bus is going to,
Where did they
isn't there a strip on this over here? Is this painted yellow so nobody can park there?
kind of, it's very faded, it looks like it's been a long
Well,
time.
if they're going to have a bus stop there, it's kind of, they can't let cars park there too.
Yeah.
So,
There's the city parking lot, there's two entrances, and then
Right.
there's one spot where there's a sidewalk and a curb, and that's
Yeah.
where they would like to move, right across from the phone company.
okay.
So,
It's more right across from the phone company's workshop there.
Yeah.
And that where the
Yeah.
big flag is,
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
That's the end of that discussion.
Well,
We don't need
yeah, it
I
does
don't
look like that's the end of that discussion. So why
Yeah,
don't we,
I don't believe we'll need any council action or
No.
anything like that. This will be more something that we talk over with Public Works. And, really, ultimately, he's the traffic guy. And so we talked to Public Works about it, and of course, the police department. And if council or any constituents have anything to put in, or add, we would be, all ears on that. But this is kind of an FYI kind of thing that we're talking about it. But we haven't given the go-ahead yet.
okay, thank you. So shall we start with the reports since we have nothing else
Yes,
on
please.
work session? Okay,
Sounds good.
where is, might as well start with the Chamber of Commerce. George Sharp, please.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and Council members.
is your microphone on, sir? Thank you.
Testing. Is that better? Good evening, Mayor and council members and staff. On behalf of the Chamber, we wanted to thank the city and the city staff and Public Works and Police and Jessica with Parks for all the work they did to help make Oregon Trail Days a success. And we'd like to present to the city
Oh,
an official poster.
Oh, that's nice.
We had a poster commissioned by local artist Marilyn Murch, and she will be selling this at the Creative Market this Saturday as well. So they are limited. There's 100 that was produced. They're all numbered, and they're all signed by her, and they're $20 there. But we'd like to present this to the city, and hopefully you'll have a place to hang it.
thank you. Should I come down and get it?
Yep.
Photo shoot?
That's nice.
The sign is really,
Okay,
yeah,
very nice.
it is.
There you
Marvelous
go. Get in there,
job.
Linda.
Hold that pose, guys, hold that pose.
There we go. And
Thank you. Thank you.
We estimate that 11,000 people attended, and that's probably a record turnout for the recent times. And we had probably 7,500 people on Saturday and 1,500 on Friday and probably 2,000 on Sunday. And Pioneer Village was extremely popular. All of our vendors are happy with what the turnout was, our food vendors especially. And the Rock and Gym Show was really happy where we've moved them up by the Quarry House. And so wonderful experience for everybody who attended. But really, your staff made it so the festival was successful, especially that weekend where we had troubleshooting and things that need to be done, and they just stepped right in and made things happen. So we appreciate all of your staff for helping us do that.
Well, it really turned out well, I thought. It really did. And I really liked all the food vendors down on that paved area. That was nice. It really was.
Yeah, we did a survey. We had 117 surveys turned in. They're 99% positive, and the only criticism was it was way too hot. We need shade, those kind of things. So those are things that we can work on and fix. But really super excited that we had an awesome team that met. We started in February. We have 15 people on our committee, and then last night we held our wrap-up meeting for 2 hours. Went through it. What did we do really well? What could we do better? Anything we should stop doing, which we didn't come up with anything to stop doing. What should we start doing? We're going to add a few more things for that. And then who else we need to partner with and what resources do we need? So that's what we went through last night and have some good ideas for this next year. We're going to take September off from planning, and then we're going to have a first Monday in October, our planning meeting to set the stage for next year and really get it lined out by calendarize what we want to have accomplished when. So we look forward to anybody who wants to participate in that to join and be part of the committee, and we meet on the first Monday of every month, unless it's a holiday. The chamber lunch will be next Wednesday, and we have Association Washington City CEO, and he's going to be here and talk about what they do at AWB, Association Washington Business, and then why it's important to be part of your Chamber of Commerce. And then I think next up is the EDC. So the mayor came in second place in the hippity hop race at the Hootenanny earlier in July. So thank you, Mayor, for participating in that.
I don't know, I heard you contest that.
He said he has a photo finish that his foot was first. So, but we can't prove that. Maybe he can. Anyway, the hippity hop race and the Hootenanny was well attended by over 250 people, and that's our Gala Awards. We gave out 5 Courage Awards as well. One of them was nominated, was right here, the Ironworks Boutique, to be for one of the Courage Awards for Small Business of the Year. So congratulations to them for being nominated as well. And then STEADY, our South Thurston Economic Development Initiative, next Friday, not this Friday, but next Friday, we'll be meeting at Bucota, and that'll be 8 a.m. to 9:30. And we're going to have a broadband update about Thurston County and the broadband action team and what that study came back and said and what the next steps are, and then hopefully what kind of federal money might be coming through the Washington State Department of Commerce and then coming into Thurston County. The Arts Commission, we haven't met this summer because we're way too busy doing other stuff. The next thing on the list, though, is to work with Public Works and the Art Banner and with Jessica and with the Arts Commission to have the banners start to be put up, but identify the artists, who they were, so we asked them what they thought about the artwork. So to describe what the artwork is, that'll be also then put up on our on the city's website. Then we'll also have a Facebook campaign. And we hope that's going to become a tourist attraction as well to bring people to town to see what each one of those. But they turned out really, really well, and so we're excited to that. And hopefully we'll have that sometime in September get kicked off. Maybe even around Road Day. Experience Olympia and Beyond. Jessica and I and the mayor met with them to talk about how we can actually get more coverage of what's going on in Tenino. And so we outlined a calendar of events. We talked about getting further out in advance, making sure they know the information so they can work out with state media and even national and international media coverage about the activities that we have going on here. And I believe that's it for the Tenino Community Service Center. They really are our partner in making stuff happen for Oregon Trail Days, and that they really stepped up to the plate this year and did a wonderful job. So they're a great partner in everything that we do. And that's my report. Thank you.
Thank you, George. Thank you. South Thurston Fire,
I have a meeting Thursday.
no library. Jessica's not here. Museum.
I have a little some, well, for Jessica,
but I'll
just
do it when I do
Troy's.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, I talked to one person on the, Brad that owns the antique mall, was out doing some work on the front of his building. And so I suggested that he put in for a facade grant if he's planning on doing anything else. And he said, yes, he was going to, so. Finance Committee.
On the Finance Committee, we had a meeting on Thursday, last Thursday. And they sent out the request to the department heads for their wants and or desires to be turned in. And they have October 10th. We have tentatively scheduled for a public hearing, November 1st, for a preliminary budget, and hopefully to have it all ready by November 28th for approval. So, and the next meeting will be in October.
Okay. Planning Commissioning, nobody here. Public Safety Committee, Chief of Police, Director of Public Works, and Museum.
I have 5 minutes for the actual meeting.
Okay. The pool, 2 weeks? No, just kidding. It's not funny anymore. It is supposed to be getting filled tomorrow. No, Thursday. And then it has to cure for a few days. We're very close to having our permit from the health department. We're very hopeful. We're still being very hopeful. Our lifeguards are anxiously waiting and very excited. Chip sealing, you may have noticed they started doing the crack sealing on several streets. The chip sealing as well as the scrub seal is starting. Most of it is actually happening in September. And there's 2 Saturdays that they're doing it on, which is strange, but makes sense and is also probably great for since school will be back in session. Public Works filled their vacancy. We have hired Pat McGuire back. Many of you know him as a familiar face. He worked here for 12 years, maybe. Yeah. I might be off on that number. So he's back, so welcome him back. We're excited to have him and his experience again. Hodgdon Street project is beginning 8/21. All the neighbors have received notice. The work is only going to the alleyway, not all the way on North Hodgdon. So, you know, it will affect the post office for a little bit, but it's only supposed to take like 3 weeks. So that's that report.
And Museum.
I'll just throw this on Jessica's, not really the museum, but the park. Her camp was a huge success last week. She's hosting another one next week. There are still some openings for that. It's a 3-day, 9 to noon outdoor camp. It was great. She also has some yoga classes that will be beginning in the Quarry House this fall. Oh yes, there's a free reptile show that she's coordinating as well. There's an invite going around on Facebook. It will be at the city park. It's a reptile rescue. So different from the reptile man that comes. Very exciting.
When is that?
Well, George?
26th at 2.
Thank you. It's the 26th at 2 o'clock. It's a Saturday and it's free. Saturday. Okay. Is it my turn? Or code enforcement? Who's next?
Why don't you go ahead and give your report?
I have them all here. My report, the call to budget happened. As Elaine said, with the finance committee, we had a meeting about that. So we're trying to get a jump start on that. We are headed to Leavenworth tomorrow. Linda, Elaine, myself, and Maria from the police department, we're attending a budget workshop through the AWC. So we're very excited. We submitted a grant for WATEC, which is going to cover the entire city, Public Works, Police Department, City Hall. We should hear very soon if we're awarded that, but we're hopeful. So
Who was it? Who was it?
it's through WATEC is what it's called. It was weird because it's Fed money, but you apply through the WATEC. So I think it was.
It doesn't matter. Thank
Yeah.
you. Okay,
Code enforcement.
is that it?
You want code enforcement?
Sure.
Okay. Rainey, I don't know if anybody's seen him out and about. He's been cleaning up a lot of city easements where there's visibility issues as well as stop signs. We've had quite a few that are just, our guys have been overwhelmed at the playground and the park and the pool. So he stepped up and cleaned up a lot of that. So he also has 2 new building permits for new houses. And the tear down has been happening on Lincoln Street. So he's been working on that a lot.
Good, thank you. The mayor, Mr. Mayor, whoop, he's gone.
I'm here. I have no report.
Okay. Be that.
They're still on, they're still on summer break, summer report.
Okay. Solid Waste Advisory Board. Which piece of paper, huh?
Yeah. Let's see, there's grants available now for the on and off ramp cleanups of the freeway. And this year, they do not have to have matching funds for whoever applies for those grants. A new law came into effect for organic management law, it's called. And the first that it affects is business. That's on the food that's being tossed out. And they say that that food that is being tossed out is creating 15% of the methane gas pollution. So now they're saying something has to be done about it. So the health department is the one that's in charge of that. In September, solid waste will be looking at South County transfer. Neither one of the drop boxes currently are big enough to do a whole transfer station, so they're looking for another piece of property. And the highest contamination in recycling comes from multifamily or apartment
I'm sure.
complexes.
I'm sure.
That's it.
Okay. School board.
Some updates are happening this summer. So the middle school is under construction right now. They are expanding the cafeteria. Currently next to the cafeteria is the art room, and they're going to relocate the art room and make the cafeteria itself a lot bigger, and then add some updates in there, some new paint, and make it more accessible for all the kids that have to go in there at one time. So that's happening. Over at Parkside, they are going to do some construction out by the pickup area in the back. They're going to build a cover that's going to go from the school to the end of where the fence is, so that as the kids are coming out and it's pouring rain, or the staff, they're going to build that cover area, and then also update some of the sidewalks for pickup areas and stuff. They're going to update those. Mrs. Craig Michael over at the elementary school applied for a grant for an outdoor learning facility. So I'll have more on that as soon as I get details on it, as far as what it's all going to be used for, because it's going to be over by the garden area. They've already poured the slab for it, but as of right now, I'm not quite sure exactly what's going to happen.
And that's the middle school?
Elementary school.
Elementary school.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I'll have more details on that, but that's also underway. So,
She's a good teacher. You
yes.
can have her.
Yeah, she was my
Elementary school.
favorite. Yeah, both my kids too. Yeah. But that's it for the district.
Okay, TRPC.
Nothing until September, same thing with Transportation Policy Board, September 8th, we have a retreat.
Okay, legislature next January. Okay, well, we have a few minutes. In fact, we have about 9 minutes, so everybody take a break.
Did you get that going out?
We don't know yet.
Oh, big deal.
No, well, it said we would hear by the 4th and we didn't, so I tried to call someone on Friday and couldn't get through, and I called someone today and left more messages, so I'm hoping any day, because I went back and reread and it says you would be notified either way, the 1st through the 4th, so. Hopefully, I know, I'm hopeful.
Hopefully.
They were hopeful, we got
Yeah.
sent another one today, so there's a lot of opportunities out there.
We won't do anything as we leave, so we don't.
Perfect, perfect.
Thank you, George.
Thanks, George.
What's that? Thank you, George. That's very nice. Take care of
Thank
yourself.
you.
Thanks for all your work.
Thank you for all your work. It's only just begun. I can't believe summer's already basically over for these children.
You know,
I know.
it's going, it's really weird, because it's really gone fast for me this year.
Yeah.
I'm amazed.
Yeah. We never had a break. We went straight. I mean, we've still had softball practice twice a week, volleyball 3 times.
Is she doing soccer?
Nope, we're at volleyball now. We wanted to try something new, so. Yeah. It's exciting. She's excited for a change.
It's really good for the kids. It's so good.
Yeah, like I don't care as long as you're doing something you love, you know? So. And
Has
you know,
she
it's a
played
little warmer.
before?
She's never played. She has no idea what she's doing. She just jumped right in and
Oh,
yeah, she
wow.
seems to love the coach and she's like, it's fun. So
That's
it'll
good.
be warm to watch instead of freezing cold.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna complain about that. Yeah. Yeah.
At least you're indoors.
Yeah. She's doing social chair, her and Sophia. So they're planning prom and all the things, like already right now. Yeah. They're trying to bring back Friday night dances, so I think that could be good. Sadie's. Right? Yes. Yeah, after football, Friday night football, after football games. Yeah, they don't do lack of interest, yeah, so they're trying to bring it back and not call them dances. They wanna just have it like an open commons night with games and music and snacks, and just try to like have a safe place for kids to go so they don't have to go.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Where?
If you can get kids
the high
interested.
school. Geraldine's working with them to try to bring it back, and
She's a really super person.
she's such a great person. We are so blessed to have her. Yeah.
The kids just love her.
Yeah, my oldest was really under her wing, and I've been trying to get her to get my youngest and swoop her into FFA, and she hasn't had any luck. But here she found a niche to get her in. So now it's social care. I'll take it.
Oh, that's funny.
Geraldine is amazing.
Yeah, I don't know how she has the energy to do all the things she does.
Yeah,
I would
you
love to
know,
have a little bit of it.
When we're setting up the line, she's right there.
Yeah,
Setting up the lines, collecting the
just goes and goes. I love it. Yeah,
Garage sale, she's right there the whole time.
yeah.
She's a kid, I tell you. You touched it last. You touched it last.
That's a good one.
And what's her favorite saying? You're my favorite. Oh, funny. She said it's a favorite. I was so cute. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. It's me, I'm your favorite. She was the one that Judy's granddaughter that Judy's first and most of her life. She was only gone a couple of years as a mom. Judy tried teaching her, you know,
I'll,
Move approval of the agenda.
Second.
Am I on? Yes. Is there a microphone I'm talking into? Yes. Okay, thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Go to that. We have an agenda before us needing approval
We just
for the
did.
8/8/23 meeting. But I do have one question. Do we need to add fee waiver for the 9/11, September 11th potluck barbecue?
We've never done it before. So I guess you want me to ask for that, huh? We need to add
do
that
we
to,
normally charge for it?
no,
You would normally, yes, for a special event at the park.
Oh,
Well, you got a special event permit for it.
Yep.
yeah,
There's
I
a
filled
fee
that
for
out.
special event.
So we need to add to the agenda, discussion and request for permission.
a waiver on
A waiver on the September 9th first responder potluck barbecue at the city park.
He's talking.
Yeah, for waiver, fee waiver, and we can do that under new business. So we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented with the addition of waiver of fees for the first responder potluck barbecue under new business. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. That brings us to the minutes for the 7/11/2023 meeting.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. That brings us to the consent calendar consisting of July 26th, 2023 through August 8th, 2023. Payroll EFTs in the amount of $33,098.70. Claim checks number 31613 through
31615.
Sir, we lost your connection. Your Wi-Fi is not working.
31615 and EFTs the amount of $44,146.58 for a grand total of $77,245.28 with a liquor cannabis license renewals for White Wood Cider and Tenino Cannabis Boutique.
Move approval.
Second.
been moved and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Consent calendar passes. We have no executive session, no presentations. If there's anyone in the audience that would like to provide public comment, now's your opportunity to do so. You'll be given 3 minutes.
We can move on. There's no one here.
Is there anyone in the audience that would like to provide public comment? Okay, we'll move on. We have no public hearings, no proclamations. That brings us to old business. First item of old business, number 5, is an interlocal agreement between Rainier and the city of Tenino to allow for rental of our street sweeper and Vector truck. This ILA will allow the city of Rainier to rent the city of Tenino's sweeper and Vector truck. We would be sending it with one of our trained operators, for which the city of Rainier would pay for that as well. Public Works has done research into what the costs would be. We're not looking to profit on this. We're looking to partner with the community, local community, and ensure that our costs are covered, and then administrative costs. And so the goal is for Tenino not to be out any money.
But to help Rainier.
And there is a little net positive, but, so things like over the ILA. So, the recommended action from the administration is to make a motion to approve the ILA between Tenino and Rainier for the street sweeper and vacuum truck.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to authorize the administration to sign the ILA between the Tenino and Rainier. This has been reviewed by legal, and we also have one that we have sent to Bucota in case they need it. There's an emergency fee. So, you know, we built in there, you know, you gotta let us know well in advance if there's an emergency that you need the vacuum truck for. There is a separate fee. You know, if we gotta all hands on deck, stop what we're doing, we wanna help them, but that, of course, you know, it costs us more to do that kind of thing because we'd be stopping what we're doing. So, is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Thank you. I'm really happy that we're gonna be able to do that for our neighboring cities. The next item of business is Tenino Community Service Center lease. This will extend the lease from 1 year to 5 years. They would like this as to have a 5-year term on it, so it makes it easier for them to acquire grants for their operation. Jen, do you have anything to say about the lease?
No, nothing has changed other than the time, you know, from 1
Okay.
year to 5.
Move approval.
And this allows them to rent out the refrigerated storage area on the east or the west end of town. And, you know, our agreement just ensures that
Second.
they cover the utility costs.
I love technology.
We're really nailing it tonight.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah, this isn't working real well. We have a motion to approve?
Yes.
A second.
Okay, do we have a second? All right. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. New business. The Recitech Foundation, along with Tenino Lions Club and Tenino Eagles, they're sponsoring free movies in the park this summer. They are requesting for the fee to be waived for their special events for these 4 movie showings. We are asking the council to make a motion to approve waiving the fees for these free community events.
No approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to waive the fees for the free movies in the park. Is there any discussion? I just want to thank the Recitech Foundation for leading this up. It's been, the couple that they've had have been very, very well attended. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Next is the cyber audit with the state auditor's office. This audit is a no cost from the state auditor's office, but there will be some expenses on the IT side. We have applied for a grant to cover this cost. If that grant is not awarded, we may be able to use the loss prevention grant. Ben, do you want to talk about it at all?
Yeah,
Jen, do you have anything to say?
yes.
Using his
Sorry,
microphone.
your thing's messing up a little bit. Yeah, like he said, it's a no-cost audit. It will just cost, I believe it's gonna take about 2 weeks of our IT's time, so, it's quite a bit of hours for them. If the loss prevention grant, AWC already told us that would cover this audit, so we're very hopeful we're gonna get the other grant, though.
Okay.
Okay.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the cyber audit with the SAO. Is there any discussion?
Yes, how advanced is this audit going to be, especially with the advent of AI? And if timelines are correct, within the next 2 years, we're going to be moving into AGI. So we're talking about a lot of stuff that can possibly happen, and we need to make sure that we're protected from it?
That's a question that is way beyond my technical abilities. Jen can step in if she wants.
Yeah, just a tiny bit on that. Our IT is doing a huge upgrade that will happen right before this audit. So they'll be able to check everything right after all the things go to the cloud, and we have a big cyber, what's the word? We're trying to make everything more secure, so they'll be able to really check it after.
After they do what they
Yeah,
need to do.
IT will do it first. That's why we scheduled it in January, because everything will be updated by then.
Okay, this may not be able to be answered, but how protected will the new contract be? For example, CP, no, I can't even think of the proper lettering. But anyway, there's some stuff out there right now that will write. We'll stick with this example. We'll write a term paper for you, and your teacher will not be able to tell that you are not the one that wrote it. With AI and AGI, these things are learning on their own so fast that we need to be able to put something into a contract that we're going to have more frequent audits and updates to make sure that we're at least on par, if not ahead. And you know, I've been watching this stuff for the last 15 years, and over the last year and a half, the CPT that one of the websites are using, the one I just mentioned earlier, has been teaching itself. There was a point last year they had to try to pull the plug on all the AI stuff because they were teaching themselves its own language. The people that made this had no idea what they were talking to each other about because they developed their own language. So there are really good things that can happen from AI and AGI, and there are a lot of scary things that can happen from it. And we need to make sure that we're protected, and that all of our sources and every little bit of information that we have on everybody in the city is protected as well. That's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, if there's no further discussion, I will call for the vote. All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Next item, JDM mechanical agreement. Jen, do you want to talk about this?
Yeah, this is just the people that do our HVAC system throughout the city. We used to use a local company. They sold to not be local anymore, and this is a local company. It's the same price as the one we were using, so that's all.
Okay.
Nothing in the contract, and well, move approval.
This is housekeeping. We're asking for a motion to approve the agreement between the city of Tenino and JDM Mechanical.
So the only thing at this point that has changed is the name of the company.
Essentially, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's been moved.
And seconded.
Is there a second?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 10, the August 22nd council meeting. We do not have much on the agenda, and it happens to be the same day that the Tenino stone carvers are holding a kind of an exhibition and a fundraiser at the quarry house, and they'll be giving tours of the quarry. I'd like to ask the council consider canceling our August 22nd meeting, and I'd like to invite all the council members to attend the event for the stone carvers.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to cancel the 8/22 meeting and invite the council and the public to attend the Quarry House Stone Carvers event. Is there any discussion?
Is it going to be the same time frame?
No.
Yeah.
When is the event?
That starts at 5:30, I believe.
It starts
Okay,
at 5:30.
roughly.
Yeah.
I'll send you guys all a flyer.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Item number 11, curb grant funding. So we were awarded the curb grant and loan, but we have been working on. Again, this is, last year we went out for a councilmatic bond. We approved that, and then we never withdrew that money. So we returned that bond money back, and we found that the curb loan process was much more favorable.
You're frozen. Hold on, you're frozen. It's kind of like the Wizard of Oz. His face
It's
is
not
nice.
helping, is it, Dan? There we go.
Sorry, Dan.
At this point, we're asking that the council approve the curb funding and authorize the mayor to sign the contract with curb to accept those funds for the ag park.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? This was reviewed with the finance committee, so we have looked at that, and we've talked about it at several meetings. So if there is no discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay, motion passes. Item that was added to the agenda, the first responders potluck barbecue, and it's on the September 9th.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We are asking if the council consider waiving the fees of the first responders potluck barbecue. This is an event that is free to everyone, and it's not a political event. There's nothing of that sort. It is just a chance to say thank you to the first responders in our community. And this has been headed up by Councilmember John O'Callahan for how many years now, John?
10, 12, I don't know. It's been a little
Been
while.
quite a few. Yeah. So this is a free event. It is not a political event. It is just to say thank you. So we feel it would be appropriate to waive the fee.
Move approval.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Thank
Thank-
you.
Is
thank
it-
you.
Congratulations.
Can we, did you make the motion? I don't know.
I made the
Oh,
motion.
Linda made the motion.
Yeah.
Okay,
I kept my
thank you.
mouth shut.
No,
Thank you.
I figured he shouldn't do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's why I didn't say anything.
Next up is Resolution 2023-05. We are asking to amend the duty differential pay on the salary schedule for that of wastewater treatment plant operator. We've done a salary review for what a wastewater treatment plant operator makes, and we have put out an advertisement for a wastewater treatment plant operator 3. We currently have one contracted, and they work a certain amount of hours, but we're at a point where we feel like we need a full-time employee in that position. So we would have an operator in training and a wastewater treatment plant operator 3 out at the wastewater treatment plant full-time. This is still gonna cost us less than we spent on the contract that we carried with water and wastewater services. So we're very happy to be at the point where we're doing this, and we are asking, and if you look at the duty differential, it works out to around a wastewater treatment plant operator 3 would be making around $38 to $39 an hour, which is competitive. And we do have a candidate that we have interviewed that we would like to make a job offer to, but we need to make sure that we have a competitive pay scale to offer that candidate. So we're asking the council to make a motion to approve Resolution 2023-05.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion passes. Thank you. We have no ordinances.
Been through all the reports.
We've done our reports. This brings us to public comment period number 2. If there's anyone in the audience that would like to make public comment, please step forward now and do so. I assume, I can't see, but I'm.
There's no
There's
audience.
nobody in the
Okay.
audience.
Are there any announcements for this meeting?
Well, sorry, Dan is in the
With the
audience.
exception of Dan, sorry. Dan.
Can,
Jen, do you want to tell them about the blood drive?
yes, there is a blood drive this Friday at Tenino Market Fresh. That is happening from, can somebody tell me the times on that? Linda, it's right there on that piece of paper.
9 to 8 p.m.
9 a.m. to 3 p.m. This Friday.
Friday, the 11th.
Also, the motorcycle swap meet is coming up next weekend, and then that following Sunday, not this coming up weekend, sorry, the following weekend, the 17th, 18th weekend.
No,
And
the 19th is the Saturday. 'cause
okay, the
that's my
19th and
family.
20th. The 20th is the car show, the Quarryman car show, as well as the pancake feed. So, just throwing that out there. And then also, I'm sure you all saw an email that came out. We're going to do City Hall Selfie Day. It's a real thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if anyone can attend, I think we're doing it at 10 a.m. Everybody's coming
It's on
for
the
a big
15th, right?
group selfie in front of City Hall.
Is it 15th?
Yes.
Tuesday, August.
Did I say August 15th?
Yes.
That's, okay, that's
Is
right.
that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
10 a.m.
It's Tuesday, August 15th at 10 a.m.
Yeah.
Are there any other announcements?
Thank you, council, for waiving the fees for the First Responder Potluck Barbecue, which is September 9th from noon to 3. I think this is number 12. I'm not sure. We do this just to honor our first responders. You pick up the phone, they come, they don't ask why, they just come to help. So this is just to say thank you to them. Thank you.
All right, thank you. With no further announcements, meeting is adjourned. Good job.